Putrajaya has extended the movement control order for another 2 weeks in a bid to contain the COVID-19 outbreak. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin says movement curbs will remain in place until April 28th, in line with the view of the WHO, which has advised countries against lifting movement restrictions too soon. However, he says several business sectors will be given limited approval to reopen in stages. These include shops selling traditional and complementary medicine, electrical and electronic goods and hardware, as well as full-service laundromats and hair salons, although the services are restricted to only haircuts. He also warns that Malaysians must be prepared to deal with the situation for a relatively longer period of time, as it may take several months before the authorities can confirm that the outbreak has been contained. As of today, Malaysia has reported 4,346 cases and 70 deaths. According to the PM, COVID-19 transmissions in the country stand at 7% of patients screened, compared with WHO's 10% benchmark. Meanwhile, mortality rate is 1.6% versus the global average of 5.7%, while the recovery rate currently stands at 42%. Sabah, the country's biggest palm oil producing state, has decided to allow plantations and mills to reopen, provided they meet certain conditions. Chief Minister Datuk Sri Shafie Apdal said in a statement today, plantations and mills in Tawau, Lahad Datu, Kinabatangan, Semporna, Kunak and Kalabakan may resume operations at half capacity. However, there must be no known positive COVID-19 cases, no persons under investigation for the virus, and no workers found to have close contact with either a COVID-19 patient or person under investigation. Otherwise, permission to operate will be revoked. These plantations and mills must also comply with all guidelines set by the Health Department. MAHB saw a 59.4% drop in passenger movements for all its airports in March compared with a year earlier. This as the result of the double whammy of the COVID-19 pandemic and the near global restrictions on travel as countries tightened borders. In a statement to the Bourse, MAHB says its airports in Malaysia started to see the number of passengers drop from the end of January. This was exacerbated from March 18th onwards, when the movement control order was implemented. On a quarterly basis, MAHB saw 25.9 million passenger movements in the first quarter of 2020, which represents a 24% year-on-year drop. Going forward, MAHB says any recovery to its operations is highly dependent on how fast the COVID-19 outbreak is brought under control by the various governments. In the meantime, the group is embarking on internal measures to ensure its financial viability, which includes rebasing costs, prioritizing capital expenditure, and conserving cash. In that respect, CGS CIMB research says that MAHB may find itself in a cash crunch, with a question mark over whether it can repay its debts. However, the research house believes MAHB will likely be able to meet its obligations if it rationalizes its costs, obtains indulgences from the government to defer various payments, or secure new credit lines. The world's biggest glove maker, Top Glove Corp, is reportedly planning to start producing face masks to meet rising demand amid the COVID-19 outbreak. Executive Chairman Tan Sri Dr. Lim Wee Chai told Reuters the company will have a facility ready in 2 months, with a production capacity of 110 million masks a year. The masks will also be available for sale to the company's existing healthcare customers in order to help the market cope with the surge in demand. Top Glove is among a number of Malaysian companies modifying production to meet a shortage of protective and testing equipment in the country. According to Reuters, the world's top condom maker Carex has converted 2 of its lubricant lines to make hand sanitizers after requests from medical customers. Quoting CEO Gomia Kiat, the Newswire says it's not a very large quantity to begin with, but the company found it was able to begin production within a month following medical trials, as it is a certified medical product manufacturer. CIMB Group subsidiary Touch 'n Go Digital says overall retail transaction volumes across the industry have seen a decline amid the movement control order, and that it's no different when it comes to its e-wallet, at least where offline retail merchants are concerned. However, Touch 'n Go Digital continues to see healthy volumes for essential services and online-based transactions. CIMB Group Ventures and Partnerships CEO Effendi Shahul Hamid told The Edge, post-COVID user behavior will be positive for the company in general, thanks to a greater push for digital payments in order to reduce physical contact. He adds that the company is actively adapting its strategies to ensure it is ready as more people go cashless. As for the rest of 2020, Effendi says the market will be challenging. However, the company remains bullish on the digital payments space and believes it will remain nimble enough to capture these opportunities.